My name is Arjun. My name is Arjun.
Arjun.
Yes, my name is Arjun. My name is Arjun.
Arjun.
Yes. Thank you for
Well,
having this conversation with me. Thank you for having a conversation.
sure. It's like,
I'm
I
actually going
used
to
to.
get I have surgery on my mouth in about I gotta leave in about 20 minutes. So we can talk for another 20 minutes, then I have to run.
All right. Yeah, you
But
told me that you have a surgery.
yeah, I'm doing implant on my mouth. I had some injuries in my teeth, so I have to fix it and then
Right now, yeah, I'm doing data. I'm an engineer, information
okay.
system. I'm in pretty close to Tel Aviv, which is called Ramat Gan. Very close to Tel Aviv, like
Okay.
few
Um
kilometers.
So let me just break it down to you. Like I'll give you like a breakdown of my thinking in regards to this conflict and the overall world conflict in general, and you can let me know what you think about it. Um, obviously, like I told you on the Instagram chat, I'm not a supporter of the Iranian government. I'm actually not a supporter of any government. I think the idea of government of a small few people controlling the rest of society is not a good idea. I think if we're going to have any kind of government, the government of the future or a good government should be one that is really run in a parallel horizontal level. So there's no top-down hierarchy where people can actually arrive at decisions together. So people should be discussing and having solutions together instead of having one person telling other people what to do and all that top down hierarchy. So I'm against that concept as a whole. And then when we look at like the history of warfare, the history of all the things that have been happening, the horrible things that are happening throughout thousands of years of one country invading another country, attacking other people, and all that, that really comes down to an economic system called, as we know, capitalism, which is actually a creation of the government. Well, capitalism and government, almost the same thing: money, debt, corporations, all the wars throughout history for the most part have been um a few rich people who want to invade another country, and they use an excuse like spreading civilization or whatever as an excuse to go to war, while the poor people and the middle class people, they suffer and they die for rich people to make money. And that's just kind of like is a very simplistic breakdown of what my view is on war. And it's like I've done my research, I see that that's how war has been happening for a long time. So even the United States decision to invade Iraq, Afghanistan, all that stuff was not to like spread democracy or help anybody. It was just to make money for oil companies and for defense contractors and for the military industrial complex in America. And same goes for every country. Like Iranian government says, "Oh, we have to go fight this or fight that defense of our country." They don't. They're bullshitting. They're lying. Iranian government, when they say that, they're lying. They care about their own profits. They care about their money and their power. So that's my like viewpoint on all this. And I think that Israeli citizens, American citizens, are being lied to and being taken advantage of by their governments to push an agenda that does not serve the benefit of Israeli or American people. They're using you and I and everybody else as just expendable people. It's okay for us to die in war while they make their money and while they rake in their profits. Does that make sense so far? What do you think?
Yeah, I can understand that. The people sitting in the top, doing everything to, everything will that will serve their interests. So
Yeah.
I can connect to this attitude. And uh yeah, I know that my way of thinking that we are everybody, we are humans. It's not depend in your nationality or your religion. And you know, the religion in territories are the first the most biggest reason for wars and conflicts. So for me, like, I have Arabic friends. I speak Arabic a little bit. I have Muslim friends. I have Christian friends. When I meet something, I don't ask about his religion. I don't ask about, his nationality. I ask what he likes to do, what his principles, what, things like that, because it doesn't care. We start a conversation. Like, I know that the things that I wrote to Abby, right? Her name is
Yeah.
Abby.
Yeah.
Uh, it's not so nice. By myself, I'm not a rude person. I respect people, but I saw an interview that she had with some
That Israeli.
Israeli
Yeah.
trying to tell the truth, and she asked her, Abby, many times, "Are you agree with what Hamas did or in 7 in October?"
Yeah.
And she didn't answer. I don't say the war is good, all right? I don't say that, but in 7 October, we woke up at 6:30 in the morning. I been in Egypt like 7 days before, like those week. I been in Egypt. I came back in the sixth evening, and in 6:30 in the morning, I woke up for, and sirens, and there were a bunch of rockets, and day after I went to the military. I volunteered, not because I want to fight, not because I want to kill, because I understood that we have to defend our borders from the war that the Hamas started with us. Because here nobody listen. I don't read media, really, really. Sometimes I see the notifications on Telegram, but I don't listen to news. I don't give a shit. I know it's interesting, but I just can tell you as from person to person, for human to human, that here maybe the government, they say they want war, but bro, I just wanna live my life. Go travel,
Yeah.
go for a walk, go to the gym, go for a walk. And nobody here people going to army, not because we want to, because we forced to.
Yeah.
we
I
volunteered
know that.
we volunteered, but we have no other option, because the Hamas, they send people, to all the kibbutzes around Gaza. They send
Yeah.
people to conquer cities in Israel, to kill people.
Like, I don't think Abby Martin did the best job on that interview. I wish I was in her place. I would have done a better job. I still love and respect Abby very much, but like, I know Abby on a personal level. Actually, she does not support Hamas killing innocent civilians. 100% does not. She supports human rights. She wants every people everywhere to be happy and safe. Um, I don't know. I don't know why she didn't answer the question. Do you support or Hamas killing civilians? She didn't say anything. I wish she did, because I know deep down she does not support Hamas killing innocent Israeli civilians. However, um, this entire war did not start on October 7th. I hope you understand. You said you don't look at media, you don't look at the news that much. Well, I've been researching Israeli and Palestinian politics for the last more than 10 years. And not only that, just global politics for 15 years. 20 years. And I've been an activist for 15 years. And from my research, like, there's clearly empires, right? The world is run by empires. The European Empire, the American Empire. The America conducted a genocide to create their country. They enslaved African people, and now they're sending so much money to Israel. England, all the European countries send so much money to Israel to support them. I don't think it's for a good reason. They're sending money to Israel to help Israel become strong for their interest. They don't care about Jewish people in Israel. America, the American government, they do not care about Jewish people in Israel. They care about the corporations making money. They care about having control and power over that region, but they don't care about the Jewish people. And I'm not an anti-Semite. My best friends are Jewish. My actual best friend is Jewish in New York. And I'm not against any group of people. However, and by the way, I'm not religious. I don't like religion. I think religion will be eventually evolved out of. However, when I look at what Palestinian people have been going through for the last 75 years, Palestinian people are been destroyed. I mean, I'm glad you have a good life right now in Israel. I'm glad people in Israel have a pretty good standard of living, probably better than some Americans do. But look at Palestine. Look at the West Bank where there's no Hamas. There's no Hamas in West Bank. And the settlers there are killing Palestinians,
Sorry to
taking their
bother you,
land
but
away.
there are Hamas in the West Bank.
Yeah, but West
The-
Bank is controlled by the Palestinian Authority. Like Hamas does not run the best. Like for example, a family living in a house in the West Bank who have no connection to Hamas, they're just sitting there with their family. They're farmers. Settlers come and kick them out and take their land away, and they shoot them and kill them. Why should they kill innocent civilians in the West Bank and for no reason, taking their land away because they say, oh, this land was ours a couple thousand years ago, so we're gonna take your land away. Like why are they doing that if they're for
Do
peace?
you, do you know that yesterday was a terror attack in the West Bank, and a terrorist shot on a car with two people and injured them? Do you know that every day, almost every day, there is a terror attack in the West Bank against innocent Israeli, against soldiers, but not only soldiers, people like females,
Yeah, but
mothers.
my question for you is why? Well, here's the thing, man. People who are being oppressed and being taken advantage of will fight back. It's resistance. And why is it that a Jewish person in Brooklyn can go to the West Bank and get a house over there and be able to kick out a Palestinian family that's been there for generations, be able to kick them out of their house because I'm Jewish and I live in. They have no connection to the land. They're American Jew can go to the West Bank and kick a family out of their home and take their house away because I have an ancestral claim to that land. That's just ridiculous, you know? That's like Native Americans in America saying, oh, every American should leave America because we lived here a couple hundred years ago and you kicked us out, so now we want you all gone, you know? That's my problem with it. Like Palestinian people, we live in a cause and effect reality. There's a cause and there's a reaction, right? There's an action and there's a reaction. I see Hamas is a reaction to Israeli oppression for 75 years because before Israel's creation, Palestinian people lived there, and England gave these Zionists all the power, all the wealth they needed, their military weapons to go in there and kick out 750,000 Palestinians from their home. And they killed 15,000 Palestinians. That was the creation of Israel, So when these things happen, generational trauma, I mean, I don't want violence, but when you look at those people being treated like animals and being killed and murdered and having such a horrible standard of life where Israel put Gaza under siege, occupation, where they control how much food goes in there, how much water goes in there, electricity. Well, the people that are starving, going through horrible experiences, they're going to react. They're going to explode violently.
You know who controlled this country before? Before Israel, who controlled this country?
Which country? Because
Who
this area?
controlled this area? Yeah, who controlled it?
Who did? Go ahead. Tell me.
The British.
Yeah, the British, of course.
Yeah, not the Palestinians. The Palestinians, used to live in some places. All right. They had also to live in Jordan. They could live in, Egypt, but the, the, it never was a Palestinian state. There's never
Yeah,
been a.
but you have to understand, even if the British controlled the land, Palestinian families lived there. They were not bothering anybody. And Jews and Muslims lived in peace with each other before the creation of Israel. Jews and Muslims lived in peace. There was no fighting between Jews and Muslims. And then,
I think
but
you can check it. You can check it. It's not right. I'm sorry.
what's not right?
Even there there were a lot of conflicts, even when it was before it was Israel, between Israelis and between Jews and Palestinians. So I maybe you should check your history lesson, or but
I mean,
it's
I
not.
have checked. I mean, I can send you some articles later after my surgery and let you know, like, just to give you some information. Sure, was there some conflict? I mean, everywhere in the world there's conflict. Here in Brooklyn, somebody gets shot in the head, a couple months ago. Things happen everywhere. But the point is, like, to make it seem like Judaism and Islam are at war with each other, that's not true. They're not fighting because they're Jews and Muslims. They're fighting because they're just human beings. They're at conflict with each other. But like, there wasn't so much hostility between Judaism and Islam before the creation of Israel. There just wasn't. And Palestinian families lived there. They lived there. They had traditions and cultures. They have hundreds of years of generations of people living there who didn't want to bother anybody. But because the Holocaust happened, in Nazi Germany, and Germany wanted to rid themselves of the guilt of what they've done to Jewish people, they're totally okay. Europe's totally okay with supporting the creation of Israel and oppressing other people, killing Palestinians to make themselves feel better about their guilt of what they did to Jewish people during the Holocaust. You know?
All right. Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Since the Holocaust, okay, uh, my my people, the Jews, they had this horrible experience, Holocaust. But since there, we are not trying to attack Germany. We don't try to blame them. We found a country which was accepted by the UN and other countries, and we evolved this country for a startup nation. And we didn't say, okay, Germany kill us 6 million, which is like 50 or 60% from the Jewish
It was
population
yeah,
in
it
this.
was it was like it was 65% of all Jews in Europe were killed.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, and I don't hate Germans. In the opposite, I don't care. Like it happened, and we don't try to, to revenge them. So we understand the situation. We got a country. We made we made a beautiful country, and Israel is amazing country with amazing people. But we don't looking for revenge. We say, okay, it's happened. Right now we have a country. We don't trying to revenge the Germans, and we live. But
But then why kill Palestine? Why do what they do to Palestinians? Why take land from Palestinians? And why, um like I understand. And by the way, like, I sent you a couple books in the Instagram. Like, if America really cares about Jewish people, why were they supporting the Nazis during World War II? IBM, multiple corporations like IBM and Wall Street, the American banks, they supported Hitler's campaign. They supported the Nazis. They gave them all the information they needed to track down all the Jews and kill them in Germany. Like, they did all this horrible stuff for money, and now they pretend like they care about Jewish people. Oh, sending money to Israel. Like, I hope you understand. This is all there's a bigger game. They make it seem like there's some very simplistic notion of, oh, Jews hate Muslims, Muslims hate Jews, and that's why they fight with each other. Palestinians don't like Israelis and all that. That's what they're telling everybody to lie and make it seem like that's the real issue. But the real issue
uh,
is a colonial land grab. Israel was a colonial project by Europe and by the Zionists. Zionism goes back to 1500s. Zionism goes back to the 1500s, much before the Holocaust. There's a thing called the Jewish Colonial Association. Colonial Association that's was like happened 60 years before the Holocaust. There's so many institutions that are literally saying that we're colonizers, we're imperialists, we're racist, we're white nationalists, Zionist, racist, and these all were all founded before the Holocaust. Before the Holocaust. So I would say they have nothing to do with Judaism. These are racist, crazy people. Zionism and Judaism are not the same thing. And Zionism is actually making the world unsafe for Jews. Like right now, Israel, what they're doing, they're making the whole world not safe for Jews everywhere. Like Jews in Brooklyn, Jews in New York are going to feel unsafe because of what Israel is doing to Palestinians. Somebody might hate them over here. So, if Israel really wants to protect itself and preserve its future, they should create peace. If they create peace, then Jews everywhere will feel safer. But my friend, this war did not start October 7th. You know that? 2023 was the most violent year in the West Bank for Palestinians. The most people ever got killed in the West Bank by Israeli settlers, 2023, before the October 7th. And before October 7th in Gaza, the level of poverty and starvation was hitting such record levels. I mean, right now it's the worst, right? But things were becoming so bad that an explosion, a violent reaction was just going. It was to be expected. And right now you say that the Israeli people want peace. Then why is it that when they took a poll, only 2% of Israelis said we're using too much violence, too much force? 90% of Israeli people in Israel who polled, asked questions, they said, oh, we're doing the right thing. We're bombing them correctly. We should do more. We should do more heavy bombing. And people out in Israel are outside the fence in Gaza blocking aid trucks to let the Palestinian people starve to death. Like Palestinian children are starving to death right now. For what reason? Like, why is that happening?
Let me answer you. It's a good question. According to the power that we have, Israel doesn't use a lot of force. All right? Take preparation. If we would like to eliminate Palestine, like Gaza, not Palestine, we could do it in one day.
Yeah, I know you can, but you're dropping 2,000 bombs. You're dropping 2,000-pound bombs, which are literally the one grade below a nuclear bomb on citizens and destroying them. I mean, you're saying you're not using a lot of force, but you're using a lot of force. You're using a lot of force on the Palestinian people.
That's why people answer that we don't use much power. But let me ask you a question.
Sure.
If the situation was different, if the Palestinian had the power that we have,
yeah,
right? Let's say the Palestinian in Gaza has the power that we have, and we are, let's put us in the in the state of the Palestinian
Gaza.
people.
Yeah.
What do you think will happen? I'm telling you.
Yeah.
They will kill us.
I don't think so. I don't agree with that because look, if Hamas is a resistance movement, if Hamas says we want to fight against Israel, they don't represent all the Palestinian people. They are the only group in Gaza that actually takes care of the Palestinian people, gives them health care for like nickels on the dollar. They give them housing. They take care of them. They provide them for food and stuff. That's why Palestinian people in Gaza are hopeless, my friend. They're hopeless. Nobody's looking out for them. Nobody in the international community gives a crap about them. And if a group comes that gives them free stuff and gives them like shelter and life needs, well, obviously they're going to vote for it. Sure, they're going to vote for it. But they don't vote for the killing of Israelis. They're voting for Hamas as a resistance movement. And by the way, I hope you know, Netanyahu himself admitted on television, I can send you the video, he admitted that we created Hamas. Israel created Hamas to keep the Palestinian people divided. Did you know that? Hamas Hamas was created as a rival to Yasser Arafat's PLO, to make things so confusing and chaotic so the Palestinian people could never unite together. So Israel gave them hundreds of millions of dollars to Hamas every single year, give them millions of dollars every single year to support them. So why would they do that?
You know why? I know why. Because Israeli want to Gaza to live. You know that every year in about 700 Palestinians got into Israel to work here. I by myself, I went to eat falafel in close to Ramadan one day, and I saw two people Arabic, and I spoke to them because I know a little bit of Arabic. Yeah. And I asked them, "Hi, how are you doing?
Sure.
What are you doing here? Where are you from?" They told me, "We are from Gaza." And I asked them, "What do you think about Hamas?" I asked them. I didn't I didn't scare or something. So they said no. Like they say, 1 of 10 people like it means 10% of the people support Hamas, but the others, they hate Hamas. They hate Hamas shooting innocent civilians right now when they trying to get food from the humanitarian. What's the word of this? You know, when they
Uh,
supply food.
like grocery store, supermarket.
When you know the trucks with the
Oh,
food.
aid trucks, the aid trucks,
Yeah,
humanitarian aid. Yeah.
they shoot people from this. You know, if civilians try to, you know, to because they poor, because they don't have nothing to eat, they try to take food, they shot them. They're shooting them. The videos you can see it on you know TikTok
Well,
or
I haven't seen any evidence of that. But if you have videos of it, please send it to me. I mean, I have an open mind. I'm willing to learn. If there's videos of Hamas shooting civilians and Palestinian civilians, please send it to me. However, it still does not change the fact that Israel created Hamas. They funded them. They give them training. They give them money. Money, I mean, you know, they give them money.
we gave the money because we believe, and I think it's a big mistake that if Hamas will have the money, they will be able to supply the citizens on Gaza enough, you know, things, enough works. But what they did, you know, what Hamas did, they
No, but
built
no,
tunnels.
but wait, let me cut you off. That's not true, man. Israel did not create Hamas with the intention of helping the Palestinian people. Netanyahu, your leader, said, and I'll send you the quote, I'll send you the video. He said, the best thing we can do to prevent the creation of a Palestinian state is to support and create Hamas. He said, the best thing we can do to never allow Palestinians to have their own government, to have their own state, to have their own society is to create Hamas and fund Hamas. That's what he said. So the intention was to create.
Send it to me. Send it to me. I want to see that.
For sure, I'll send it to you for sure. But there's a video of him saying that, and I mean, yeah, this is a very big topic. Obviously, I have to run to surgery now, but
Yeah, sure.
I hope we can continue the discussion, and maybe in a few days. You know, in a few days, I'd like to continue the discussion.
Arjan, first of all, thank you for the call. You're very intelligent,
Thank
and
you.
I was a big honest to talk to you. Uh, for sure, I will look about the books that you sent to me. And
Thank you.
even though if we'll not talk because of the surgery, I will send you some links, all right, some things. And for sure, I think that we both right and we both mistake about many things. All
I
right.
agree. And look,
But
thank you. I appreciate you saying this, and I apologize if I said anything mean to you in the messages. You know, because you know things can get crazy and chaotic. You know.
thank you also. And I wish you the to feel good in your surgery. And I'm sure we'll keep on touch. And
And look, I'll send you some links. I got to run to surgery, but once I recover, I'll text you on Instagram. We can continue this discussion, hopefully. Okay.
go on. I wish you the best.
Thank you, brother. I'll talk to you soon. Okay.
Bye. Have a nice day.
Bye bye.